Have you ever wondered if there are any free biohacks? We have them for general health, but are there any to help improve our mouth health? In this video, I'll explain why you don't need to spend your money on a $25 tube of toothpaste, or on a tongue scraper, or expensive electric toothbrushes and water flossers. Many people who sleep with their mouth open have found these channels have developed at the sides of their teeth, and most people are confused about how this damage actually happened. The reality is that everyone's mouth gets more acidic and drier as we sleep, and also during the hours of the night. Particles of food and drinks left on our teeth at night will not get washed away because our saliva slows down for about 6 hours after midnight. You can easily enjoy a healthier mouth just by implementing a few simple, free, and important biohacks. So what is an oral biohack? These are simple, small lifestyle things that you can easily do to improve the health of your gums and teeth with no expense. And they are all things everyone can do without inconvenience or going to the dentist. The strategies I've selected to tell you about work because they boost the good or positive biology of your mouth. This is how they promote results in an easy and natural way. The best biohacks are ones that work together in harmony. This means I'm going to give you the ones that are not only compatible with your daily life, but they are also very compatible with each other. These steps, after just a month or two, may take a mouth with problems to one that both you and your dentist begin to like, and like a lot. Let's start with number 1, using what's in your mouth already. Yes, let's talk about spit. You may think that spit is dirty or disgusting, but the spit that we dentists call mouth saliva is an amazing, freely produced liquid, packed with the exact minerals that teeth need. But for these minerals to heal your teeth and contribute to making them stronger and look whiter, we must give spit, our saliva, adequate time and the opportunity to drop those minerals onto tooth surfaces. No, you don't need expensive toothpastes. This spit in our mouth is a far better version of these expensive hydroxyapatite products. Your own spit is better than Sensodyne toothpaste, and it's free and perfect. The exact formulation for teeth, providing that you give it time to interact with your teeth and gums. Can your own spit work to help reverse cavities and stop tooth sensitivity? Yes, absolutely. It is the foundational basis of my oral health strategies. But there are some important things to know about spit. First of all, spit flow and quality is influenced by something called a 24-hour circadian rhythm. This is a 24-hour cycle that makes spit more protective and helpful in the early hours of the afternoon. But then, around midnight, every night, our spit starts to flow slowly and become more acidic, making the night hours the worst time for teeth. To maximize the benefit of your mouth saliva or spit, try to finish eating or drinking at the end of a meal. Put down the coffee, stop sipping and snacking, and rinse your mouth with water or something that will clean your teeth. Then consider giving your spit adequate time to heal your teeth and gums without diluting it with water or coffee or snacks. Nothing more. Challenge yourself to 1 to 2 hours and honor the saliva in your mouth by simply leaving it alone. After lunch is the ideal time because your saliva will be at its most healing during these hours. Besides the influence of the body's circadian rhythm, the flow and quality of saliva is influenced by what we eat and drink. The more salads and fresh veggies we eat, the more minerals will end up in our mouth saliva after traveling literally all around the body. What we eat is digested in our gut, the minerals are absorbed into our blood, and then carried everywhere around our body. in special nodules called salivary glands, the blood exchanges these minerals out of the blood and into the developing mouth liquids, where it may become concentrated and adjusted by these special salivary gland cells. The outcome of all this is that after a meal is digested, and these minerals have been transported and exchanged into the salivary glands, they will appear about 60 to 90 minutes after eating in our saliva. Yes, our spit will actually reflect the kind of minerals we just ate in our lunchtime salad greens. Here's a really important reason to eat a healthy lunch, and then a good reason to stop eating and drinking afterward, to give saliva the opportunity to do its biohacking miracle. Now, let's get practical. The practical application of this is that after you have finished eating and drinking, stop. Also, aim to give your mouth a rest for 2 hours after a meal, when you will not eat or drink anything more. It's a period I call mouth resting. You do not want to even sip water, since that would dilute the healing, mineral-rich, super-saturated saliva we want in your mouth. In fact, try to lick this saliva around and over any teeth that may feel dry, maybe your front teeth, so they too get moistened with this amazing healing saliva. And now, let's go to biohack number 2. This is about foods that are must-haves for a healthy mouth. As I mentioned, there are some foods that specifically help saliva become more mineralized, so it is literally overladen with minerals. In biochemistry, this kind of saliva is said to be a supersaturated state. And in this state, saliva basically cannot carry all those minerals, so it drops them onto the surfaces of our teeth. Some of those foods are salad greens, celery, and beets. These same minerals in saliva also help to keep it, and therefore your mouth, at a more neutral or slightly alkaline pH. Green veggies of all kinds are good for this, and there is even some interesting chemistry that's being explored, where two foods eaten together help to pull more nutrients out for better health. One example of this is eating a banana with dairy. The food pairing chemistry folks at Stanford have discovered that the fiber in a banana can feed the bacteria in the gut that pull more calcium out of the dairy. So by eating these two foods together, for example, you will absorb more calcium from the dairy than if you had eaten the dairy without the fiber from the banana. The list of food pairing combinations is endless, and it's a serious shout out to the fact that our ancestors developed cultural ways to cook and combine foods, many of which we now find are perfect for eating together. When we combine these foods and eat these colorful meals, we literally absorb more minerals to help our body, and in this case, our mouth, heal. The benefit of a neutral or slightly alkaline saliva is also that it provides the perfect environment for healthy mouth bacteria to multiply. Acidity is not friendly to healthy bacteria, and acidity is an environment preferred by plaque and cavity-forming bacteria. This is why hours of sipping acidic coffee, juices, smoothies, or soda, even non-sweet ones, can make your mouth acidic and unfavorable to the good bacteria that need to multiply. These simple changes to our diet and eating habits do make a difference to oral health in a number of ways. Besides this, there are also many foods that are directly friendly to our mouths, right as we consume them. Cheese has been shown to actively stop cavities and to reduce tooth sensitivity, and studies with cheese were done with just small cubes of cheddar or Gouda cheese, eaten at the end of a meal. These studies showed cohorts of kids eating breakfast and ending with a piece of cheese compared with kids who did not. The kids who had this small amount of cheese had significantly less cavities than those who did not. Other foods for mouth health are raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries. believed to actively promote good bacteria in the mouth in a currently unknown way. We know these fruits contain some xylitol, which is another prebiotic food and a great ending food to enjoy at the end of a meal. Fibrous foods will clean teeth, and so enjoy munchy foods like carrots and celery, and oilier foods like avocado and nuts. Probiotic foods like yogurt have a place, and apples have a number of health-promoting benefits for teeth and those healthy mouth bacteria we are trying to nurture. If you're battling gum disease, consider hot cocoa, a food that in its pure high cocoa format can stimulate the release of healing stem cells to help regrow your gums. So now let's get practical. You can use a tooth protective food approach at your next party. If you're going to be sipping drinks for a while as you chat with other guests, you may be sipping on soda, fizzy waters, wine, coffee, beer, and sometimes it can get over many hours. Think about this tooth protective food hack and nibble some small amounts of tooth protective foods after those sips. Choose celery, cheese, or something salty like nuts. These foods safely alkalize your mouth almost immediately, but then try to give your mouth a little time to recover before your next acidic sip. This has been a biohack of mine for many years, and it's why you'll always find me nibbling snacks at a wine and cheese party. But the queen of tooth protective foods is really xylitol. Why do I love xylitol? Because it not only helps to neutralize acidity, but feeds good mouth bacteria and helps stimulate the kind of spit that will mineralize teeth. Xylitol is amazing. When you use the added bonus of xylitol at the end of meals, maybe as mints or gum, it will also help to get rid of sticky, destructive plaque from your teeth and mouth. You only need a tiny amount of xylitol, taken as a couple of 100% xylitol mints or 100% xylitol gum, and don't chew it for too long. And if you don't have xylitol gum or mints, just put a few xylitol crystals on your tongue. Yes, the xylitol is granular, used for baking by diabetics. Put a few crystals in your mouth at the end of a meal. Amazing. The idea of food for oral health is developing as a growing interest and topic for functional doctors and food scientists. And there is so much to learn. Start incorporating tooth-friendly foods at the end of every meal if you can, and just see the difference you feel in a week. So let's talk about biohack number 3. And for this one, you have to prepare to fight the nightmare situation for teeth. The two worst things for mouth health is a long period of mouth acidity and those times when your teeth get dry because your mouth gets dry. The more acidic and dry your mouth is, the more at risk your teeth will be for cavities and gum disease. Long periods of acidity take their toll on teeth, and dryness can cause enamel to crack and flake, often creating channels of sensitivity along the sides of teeth. Many people who sleep with their mouth open have found these channels have developed at the sides of their teeth, and most people are confused about how this damage actually happened. The reality is that everyone's mouth gets more acidic and drier as we sleep, and also during the hours of the night. Particles of food and drinks left on our teeth at night will not get washed away because our saliva slows down for about 6 hours after midnight. One sip of something acidic can keep your mouth acidic all night long, damaging your teeth and allowing harmful plaque bacteria to multiply in the acidic environment they love. So this is why you must go to bed with clean teeth. Worst case scenario, if you don't have a toothbrush and can't afford any toothpaste, although the one I recommend is less than $3 in America, or if you're in a country where you don't have what I suggest, get xylitol. At very least, pop a few xylitol mints or xylitol crystals in your mouth as you go to sleep, and protect your mouth from the nightmare situation that is going to be happening while you sleep. This is the most important time for teeth, and they're helpless every night. They need you to remember to care for them and protect them before you lie down and close your eyes. Ideally, I'd suggest you try my Complete Mouth Care system. It's designed to prepare your mouth and your teeth before this nightmare situation occurs. In fact, my system turns those difficult hours into a time of repair and remineralization for your teeth. If you want to learn more about these strategies, you can watch my full YouTube video on the system here, or scan this QR code and go to learn.drellie.com and find my new Gum and Tooth Rebuild program. It's a video program that may be the most helpful educational system I've created to date. My hope is that thousands of people will try these 3 synergistic hacks I've just discussed. They may seem simple, but they could change your dental life forever. I believe that once you try them, you will never think about spit in the same way again. And you may be motivated to learn more about the science behind this kind of biohacking. So give these ideas a try. And if you notice a difference in your mouth, perhaps consider sharing this video with your friends who would benefit from this knowledge. Until next time, let's keep your teeth healthy and happy.